Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Rajari channel. And guys, it has been about half a week since recording this video. That the San Diego Comic-Con revealed some pretty crazy stuff. And by crazy, for me, it was the Black Series. There was a ton of great reveals shown as far as like with the new Walker sets that are out. Of course, the newer lineup of the Mall series, which I am very excited for. But one of the things that caught me off guard was the packaging. They revealed a trailer, as they call it, the Star Wars Black Series New Era, and they revealed a brand new look for the Black Series. The packaging has a totally different look, as you guys can already see. It has a unique design to it, and Queen Amidala is going to be the first figure, supposedly, in this lineup. But that's why I wanted to make this video, is kind of share my thoughts and things like that of what I think about the lineup and where it could lead now that we're getting, again, a newer style of packaging and what this means for the future Black Series. Because yes, if you're new to the channel or if you've been here since I started my channel, you know that the Black Series is a wide part of my channel. I have done many reviews on these figures and things like that. So it is a big part of my life, is a big part of this channel, and I'm sure, like many of you guys, it is also a big part of your collection. So I guess for the first part, let's go ahead and talk about the whole general idea of the packaging. And we're going to take a few steps back to 2013 or so when it first started with the orange line. Then we take it a little bit further into the blue line, the red line, the Galaxy Wave, which is more widely known, of course, for its general look. And then now we have the new era. Of course, like you guys see right here, the front of the box looks amazing, don't get me wrong. It has a beautiful plastic window, like, most of these figures have things like that. Thankfully, they're not going back to plastic-free packaging. um, but the overall setup is very different. The placement of the name, the movie of said characters will be shown at the top, so that's gonna be very different instead of having a lineup. Um, you also get this sort of like hyper speed background or backdrop for the figure, instead of getting what they have done recently with the Galaxy Wave 2.0, is having like a little insert or a backdrop also with those figures. But this time around, it's just going to be the hyperspace backdrop. And the figure that they chose for the first one, being Queen Amidala, they did not miss any points at all. For me, this is going to be a step up if they do it correctly. And by that, I mean her whole dress is soft goods. And then the parts that are needed to be a harder plastic are indeed a harder plastic. So I think with this new step up and hopefully a better change for the Black Series lineup, we're going to be getting a lot more soft goods clothing, which I do hope for. I'm talking jackets, vests, anything involving a certain fabric. They definitely need to bring that and incorporate it into more of the lineup, because soft goods, for what it's worth, it is somewhat good, somewhat bad sometimes. But for me, that is always a step up for the quality of the figure. Also, I think in the way that they are presenting the figure this time around, for me, it's kind of disappointing. On the side of the box, they are not doing any more of this. No more mural artwork on the side, which is very saddening to see. And instead, it's going to have like a side profile of the figure. But besides that, it's not too bad. I do hope that we do get a return of the sort of like mural artwork style. I know for some people, they were saying that Hasbro was kind of stepping away from that just because they don't want to pay the artists and things like that the extra time and things to create this mural artwork. But for me, the Black Series will always be known for this type of style of packaging. It may be a, you know, totally different change up from the style that we've come to know and love, but yeah, for me, it did hit hard when they revealed that. But the back of the packaging is where it gets interesting because mainly it just shows the lineup. a bigger portrait of the character. But this time around, it's going to show almost like Marvel Legends. It's going to have like individual slots for the wave. So I have no idea how they're incorporating that, whether they're sticking to the like movie that it's entitled to or the whole complete wave, whether it be, you know, maybe someone from Mandalorian, maybe someone from an animated series, someone from a movie, and they're all going to be on the backing completing that wave. Another thing that I did want to point out is if they are doing this, will we be getting a Build-A-Figure, possibly? Marvel's done it, and it's been very successful sometimes. I think a Build-A-Figure with a Black Series will be totally worth it, not only to try and complete a whole wave to get a free figure in the end, similar to what Marvel does with their figures, but they could do it almost like the Droid Factory back in the day, if you guys remember that. You would get, they were like the vintage collection scale figures, and you would get droid parts to build droids. So if they were to do that with the Black Series, imagine how successful that would be. You could get exclusive droids, exclusive figures, and by completing this wave, it'll add some more, harder to get action figures, similar to what we've seen throughout the waves that Marvel Legends does. Because my brother, he loves collecting Marvel Legends, and he has most of them, like Khonshu. Things like that were like really impressive to me. And seeing that kind of scale of a Build-A-Figure, even Colossus and Apocalypse were like really impressive. So think about it, guys. If Hasbro can incorporate that type of idea, hopefully, with the Star Wars lineup of the Black Series, they're making money. So for instance, if I was in charge of that whole idea and they were to incorporate a Droid Factory Build-A-Figure type of idea for the Black Series, for instance, like with this one, if they're doing Phantom Menace, I would do the silver protocol droid. I believe it was TK-14, if I'm not mistaken. The server protocol droid that comes to Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan as the Build-A-Figure. So, in that wave, there's 6 slots. Of course, one of them is already occupied by Queen Amidala. So, I would add a remaster to Episode 1 Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon. Maybe Padme in her Tatooine look. We could get maybe some sort of like army builder, like a battle droid, to go along with that lineup. Maybe Jar Jar. They could remaster him with soft goods clothing or something like that to try and complete that wave. But I think it'd be a really cool idea to incorporate that again. So hopefully they do end up doing something like that. So overall, going back to what I was talking about with the packaging and stuff, my thoughts in general, I'm kind of in the middle. I am the Bendu, if you would say. But in all seriousness, it's not the best, it's not the worst. I mean, we've seen the worst with the plastic-free packaging and the amount of cardboard that you would have to dig through just to get your one figure or a set of figures was something else. But again, they did bring back the plastic type of packaging. They brought beautiful murals. So if they can do something that will really shock the fans into getting back into it, then yeah, it's a win-win. But only time will tell, and unless I have the product in hand and I'm actually able to review it on screen for you guys, then I can give my definitive thoughts on what I think about it. But for right now, that's pretty much all I want to talk about, is just ramble on my idea of this new era style of packaging and see what it holds for the future of the Black Series, because it does hold a big part of not only my life, but my channel, and you guys have come to know and love a lot of these figures, and hopefully they don't mess that up. But for the moment, we'll just have to wait and see. And with that said, I'll catch you all on the next one, but please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and follow me for more. Catch you all later. Bye, guys.